All right, guys, how about some Dixie Chicken today by Little Feat? The live version, of course. See if I can get through the first part. I did okay. Hey guys, Sean Cheek here with webpianoteacher.com. We're going to do the whole first 4 minutes of this, which is really, the greatest part of the piano going on in this 4 minutes. I think it's like 3 or 4 pages of solid notes here for me that I had to transcribe, and a ton of notes in there. Just because you can hear what the notes are supposed to be don't mean you can play it. You really have to work on it, and especially I have to work on it as well to do this. So this is an expert level deal here, but if you want to try it, give it a shot. It's on webpianoteacher.com, the whole 4 minutes. But let's start with the left hand here. A, C sharp, E, A. All right, and I'm not going to try to simplify any of this. I'm giving you just what I hear on the recording as I sit down and listen to it. So we'll just go for it. Just play it slow, you don't have to play it full speed to enjoy it. So that's the rhythm. Bum, bum, bum. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Swing, bum, bum. So get that left hand down and don't rush it. Don't rush it. That's where people mess up a lot of times, is they try to go too fast, too early. All right, so the right hand comes in with F sharp, D, F sharp. I'm gonna use 1, 4, 5. And that makes it easier for me to flip that C sharp from a C natural. 2, 3 on the C to C sharp. The top or the outsides are E, octave part. So, and then C sharp, E at the end. So from the very beginning, slow. 1, 2, bum, bum, bum. Work on that. All right, next measure. So we have E, third finger, C natural with a 2, A, F sharp, and then it's 1 and 4, and then A, and then A, E, A. So 1, 2, 3, and. Now I have an A in parentheses because I kind of hear a piano note or something kind of play an A there, and I wasn't quite sure, so I put it in parentheses. I like the A. It kind of gives me something to do with my right hand while I'm waiting. All right, so that second measure. Cha-pa-cha-pa-da-da-pa-da. Right? Here we go. So let's try it from the beginning. Man, and just work on that. Play that, 20, 50 times till you can do it. If you got to go this slow, I can't even do it slow. Here we go. That's a real test if you can play it, if you can play it slow and play it accurately. But, just take a little piece and work on that, and let that be enough for today. Then try another part another day. All right? But for now, I'm going to go ahead for this lesson, and we're going to go ahead. So the left hand stays on A. The right hand goes E, F sharp, E. So ba, ba. Start with a 2. Da, da, da. Now C, C, B. And while I'm thinking about it, let me tell you, don't drown this in pedal. Oh, you got to have those spaces in there. You're going to be exposed. Got to have that space, so don't connect everything. I can't even do it. I don't even want to hear what it sounds like. To use too much pedal. E, F sharp, E, and then C natural with an octave. Bum, bum, B, A, and then A on the thumb at the end. Da, 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 da. The left hand goes to D, F sharp, A. You may think, well, can I do just single notes on the left hand? Yes, you can. He's not doing that, no, when he's playing, so I'm doing octaves. I don't write octaves on the left hand because I like to keep the board simple. I think it's part of the charm of it, and so I try to keep it simple. Most of us who are doing this type of learning anyway are by ear players, and we just kind of use this to get going and memorize it. So, da da da, left, bum bum bum. Notice where the left hand plays by itself there. That ought to help you out. Okay, so let's add that to what we know already from the beginning. All right, I really tried not to rush. This next measure is the killer measure. Sorry. So it's got those descending octaves. What's hard about it is I'm not looking at my hands when I'm playing. I'm looking up there, so that makes it harder. Once you memorize it, it should be a lot easier. So the left hand says D, F sharp, A again, but the right hand, dun, 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 dun. Let's just do the octaves first. F sharp, E, C natural, B, A, F sharp, E. Once you have that, then we can add those middle notes, all right? Now, here's the thing. If that's hard enough, don't even play the middle notes. But if you can, go back and let's try. Put a D with your fourth finger. I'm using my fourth finger. I just think it's easier to get my two finger on the next A. I'm classically trained, so I do some weird stuff with fingerings. Then I'm going to do C, F sharp, C to B, E, B with 1, 2, 5. So la 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 la, and then it's my iPad's trying to turn off. A, F sharp, E. This is gonna be a long lesson. Long lesson 1. All right, so it's 1. Let's do it again. 1. Just work on that and work on it. So you memorize it. Now next measure. Well, let's tie it together, right? Sorry. Got to get that rhythm going. All right. That's what I mess up a lot of times is the rhythms. I love this part because it's not as hard as it sounds. And it's really cool. It sounds like it's hard, but it's not. A, C sharp, A octave, C, F sharp. It's not hard compared to the rest of it that we've just done. C natural. Now I'm going to go C sharp A, E, C sharp B. 2, 5, 3, 2, 1. I have a little curved line. Sometimes that reminds me to go a little faster on those notes. You can't really count that. Let's just get the notes in. Kind of an odd thing to have for blues, but it sounds cool. E, B there. So you're going for B. E, B, and then C, C sharp. There, okay. And the C sharp E in the left hand is just the finishing of the A, C sharp, E. So if we start over there and we go. Again. One more time. Now we have C sharp, E, F sharp, A, E. Hear the swing, ta, ta, ta. Ta ta, long, short, long, short, long. Well, the longs are the little dashes I put, and the curved lines are the smiley faces. They look like smiley faces to me. Are the faster notes. So C, C sharp, C, C sharp. Put your fifth finger on the E. When you're in a group of a bunch of notes, always try to pick out the one that stays the same, or the couple that stays the same. Then it'll make these stick out a little better to you, and you can do them. So you have 1. Keep that left hand short, you know. It's part of the charm is those little open spaces in there. Let's start on the hard part right there. And go 1. All right, so I love doing this too because You're not going to find any sheet music that has all these notes in it that someone transcribed exactly. And I don't know why. Maybe it's because the publishers figure most people aren't going to be able to play it, so they don't even mess with it. Or, I don't know. No idea. Some of this is kind of hard to notate in traditional music notation. So anyway, I like doing that. I like showing everybody what's really happening on the album version. We can really sound like the music you love. Okay, right here we go to E, G sharp, B, because we're doing a blues thing, you know. It's not really a 12-bar blues progression, but you can hear the bluesness in it. So we go to an E chord, and that's the only 3 chords we're going to be using for a while. All right, A, D, and E. And then this guy gets into some, classical sounding stuff, some ragtime sounding stuff, some jazz sounding stuff, and some stuff that's fused together. It's just really creative stuff. C and E, B, and then A, C sharp, E, bum, bum, bum. And you play that chord again. I'm going to do 2, 4, 5. So I save my thumb for the E, F sharp, B. So da, 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 da. Left hand, E, G sharp, B. So we have. Okay, and then we have la. So D, 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 E, A. Now this E right here is the only E that's not an octave, based on that's not an octave so far, because we want to just use that E to get to the A. So D, 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 E, A. So just one note on that. Right hand. E, C, D, B, C, A, F sharp, C, A, E, C sharp, A. So 1. The difficulties in this are, 1, the octaves, getting around with all those octaves in both hands. And the other difficulty is rhythm, I think. Having it fit all together, left and right hand. Because, guys, it is not about hand independence. Everybody talks about hand independence. No, that's what you have. You have hand independence. You don't want that. You want hand cooperation. You want your left hand and your right hand to be able to work together, to feel a rhythm. See, when I go la, 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 I don't feel a left hand rhythm and a right hand rhythm. I feel the whole thing all together at once. La, 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 la. So that's cooperation. You don't want hand independence. As far as rhythm goes. So that next measure, A, C sharp, E, and the right hand will have A on the thumb, A, E, A, A, E, A again, F sharp on the 4, C sharp, so, and then A, and then da, 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 da. Our big, to get us back into the next chord progression, okay? So that's our structure. So we have E, 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 and then E, F sharp, E. The left hand will stay on E though. E, 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 F sharp, E. All right. So let's start at the beginning. And you can play your right hand by itself. Great. Play your left hand by itself. But you need to spend a lot of time. Don't expect playing your hands separately to make it all go together easier. That's not going to help you get your hands together. Getting your hands together is a matter of playing with your hands together and giving it a shot and keeping after it till it works out. But taking small sections and doing that. Don't take a big section. Take a small section and beat it to death until you can do it. And then take another small section, do the same thing, and then tie them together. You know, like a link in a chain. Mess that up. And I'm flying by the seat of my pants doing this because I've just learned it. Once it gets under my fingers and kind of memorized, it'll be a lot easier, I think, for me. But we all have to go through this stage. 1, 2, and little part of it. There's a ton more really cool stuff to learn in this. So that's our lesson 1. And again, we do all the rest of it on webpianoteacher.com. It'll be one of the monumental lesson series, I think, for the website. You guys enjoyed that. Talk to you later.